So high up. Oh, we are live. Do. Dish. Da 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 da. Let's go, boys. Let's go. How are we? Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Doing great. Let's go, bro. Greg cooked you with the last video. You sound like you are chronically online, aren't you? What's your screen time, bro? Be honest. It's very high, isn't it? He set an alarm for the stream to write 8. Yeah, and he was one of the first people in here, man. Honestly, he's one of my best fans. I appreciate the support, bro. Honestly. YouTube Studio. Forgive me, boys. I'm pretty still new to live streaming. I'm trying to find this one particular setting that yeah. Aha, this is it. Yeah, like this. Okay, cool. He said, or I'm just commuting right now, have nothing else to do. How's life, bro? You seem to be in a very negative mind space. How's things? How come you never come in here and say something maybe positive, something that you're proud of, something that you've worked hard on? It seems to me like there's some people who seem to like live in hate, and it's almost like a cry for help. It's very interesting, isn't it? Why is that? There is someone that a few of you have told me to have a look at. What's his name? You know, there's this like black pillar, clavicle. What's his name? So a few of you guys have told me about him recently. You said that I should go have a look at what he talks about, because I usually don't look at this kind of stuff. What's his name? Clavicula. Well, this guy. He's like a looks maxer. A few people told me he's like black pilled, and black pill is where you basically say it's only your genetics and you can't really change your genetics, so you're fucked up. This is looks maxing, but this is kind of on the line of black pill, where he's kind of doing some interesting things. Let's see.
Yo, what's cracking?
Can you guys hear the video okay? Let me know in the chat. Let's see if this guy gives out good advice. Okay, let's see.
Back to it. We got the fucking PDO threads in the mail.
Using PDO threads to get hunter eyes.
I just bought out on Amazon. Got me some shit. You feel me? Got me some of this motherfucking clear mascara. Now, a motherfucker might think like, oh, you know, you got mascara, like that's so gay. But if you really think about it, anything that's gonna make you look better in order to get more women, how is that gay? That doesn't even make sense. So like all this shit that I'm doing, you feel me? I don't really consider that to be gay. All right, but this shit is definitely not gay right here, what we're doing. We got these fucking PDO threads, and we're finna do it to get some hunter eyes, you feel me? Because we don't have a lot of upper eyelid exposure, but we got more than we want. Because I'm trying to get like the motherfucking, like the Shano Price shit's going. So where it's like that, you feel me? So we're gonna fucking get that shit right into our upper eyelid right here. We're probably gonna go like 4 into each eye, coming from each. So let's get this.
This just seems like advanced, like sort of autistic looks maxing. What the fuck? What the hell is that?
Pussy guys, but I hit a vein or something there, like, and now it's bleeding a little bit.
Oh, it's like an injection or something. Hang on. What the fuck? What the hell, bro?
Going right on to the next one.
So it's like some black pill level, extremely fucking autistic looks maxing.
How's it going, guys? Today we've got a little.
I mean, look, but he looks way better though. Is that, when was this? This was 1 year ago. To be fair, I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I was coming here to like say, oh yeah, black pill's cringe, like looks maxing cringe. I mean, he's definitely got way more handsome though. Like he's a pretty good looking guy here. You know, I don't know. What would you say, like 7, 8 out of 10, something? Here, he looks like a model. Like he could be in like a movie or something here. Not bad. It's nice to see, like, because usually black pill channels, you know, where they talk about looks maxing and black pill only genetics matters. Usually they hide their faces because they're fucking ugly and because like they've given up in life. But this seems interesting because it's actually a guy who's actually doing the things, and then he's got like proof that okay, well, he looks better. So it's quite rare to see that with any of these black pillars. They usually just don't even show you their faces. They don't show that they've ever tried anything, that they're making some progress or anything. I mean, this guy clearly looks way better. Look. Yeah, he looks way better. So clearly whatever he's been doing in the last year has been working. Yeah, not bad. I wonder what's like the 80-20 of the things he's done. I've not watched like many of the videos. So I wonder what's like the 80-20 of the things he's done, which has probably helped him the most. This is what's always nice about, you know, these types of guys who experiment on themselves, who are like human guinea pigs. Because I'm all for that. That's basically how I see myself as well. I don't really do this kind of stuff, but I do like, you know, something similar in terms of self-improvement or whatever. And it's nice, man, when someone experiments weird shit on themselves for like a year, multiple years, and then they can come and tell you what are the few big things that actually worked. They go through years of pain, of scars, and even expenses of buying things that don't work, whatever. But you get it in like a 20-minute video. I'm all for that. Let's see what he says about roids.
Wanted to make sure that we're recording this time because this is unfortunately take number 2. I recorded the entire video of some soft maxing. And if we could tolerate 0.05, then we will continue with that daily and isotretinoin powder. Obviously, neither of which are prescribed by a doctor, but I'm not going to let a doctor decide whether I'm going to send or not. So we took matters into our own hands. The second thing is going to be 75 milligrams of DMA daily. I work long hours at work, and I need some stimulants to be able to push myself through the day and then push through an entire gym cell workout, right? So that's going to be the second thing, the stimulant every day, the daily driver. The third thing is 350 milligrams of testosterone and enanthate per week. That's the TRT, the sport, keeping all your hormones stable throughout the week. Doing that with 10 milligrams.
Seems like he's on a pretty fucking high dose, though.
That make it so pleasurable and rewarding. So that's why we'll be using Cialis to kind of counteract the off-maxing process, because your phenotype is responsible for about 2 PSL of your score, right? So tanning is crucial for your aesthetics, for your physique, for your face.
And yeah, to be fair, his skin's gotten darker and he looks way better. Like this is like standard pasty kind of skin. And here he looks like, I don't know, some like Italian model or something. I noticed that with these 2 videos. The tan, like the skin texture makes him look way better. The skin tone makes him look way better.
And vitamin B6, if you didn't know.
Yeah, cool. Looks like a guy who's just experimenting with a lot of things and sharing his lessons. I was coming here to maybe like get ready to fucking hate on him and be like, oh yeah, you know, this is gay, this is black pilling, looks maxing shit. But a guy who's experimenting with shit he's interested in and then just posting the lessons for everyone else to learn from. Can't hate on that. Yeah, fair enough. He's been on tests since he was 14. That's young, bro. Let's get my playlist on. If they're actually putting in the work and not coping, then fair enough. Yeah, honestly, you can't hate on a guy who's just living life, experimenting, teaching his lessons, not trying to force anyone else to copy him or anything. I got this new. Oh, that's better. I didn't know you could do that. Oops. There you go. Did you guys see the trophy that I got from kickboxing? I broke it by accident, but it's cool, isn't it? It's like hand sprayed, but I broke it, so I'll just keep it right there. No way I joined, and Hamza was reacting to collab. Yeah, I didn't even know who he was actually, but quite a few people have been talking about him recently. And apparently he's been going a bit more mainstream. You got those wall form to professional. I used to think you just turn on the camera and record. No, I do. This was already in the villa. All of the foamy stuff, the lights and everything. Pretty nice setup they already had here. So I was very happy with this villa when I moved in a few months ago. Let's go, brother. Appreciate you being here all the time, man. Ordered Untethered Soul book yesterday after your video. Yeah, it's one of the best books I've read this year. Glad you got it, man. Hope it serves you well. Watch Rehab's Room video on you. It's one of the few 100% unbiased reactions to that whole scenario. It's good advice, Troll. I'm pretty sure I clicked on this one. It was just extremely like some black pill faceless channel. I highly doubt that's going to be a unbiased reaction. They're usually like the most biased people ever. The black pillars hate me, right? Because I give hope to young men and I tell them like, you can always make progress. And the black pillars make their money from AdSense when they tell people, no, you can't make any progress. You've just got to keep watching these depressing videos. So, and then they'll just randomly show you a clip, like some fucking, what, like anti-hope core video of, you know, some handsome guy next to some ugly guy. And it's just fucking cringe content when it's like that black pilled. When, you know, the level of black pill when like they don't even show their face. That's when it's just like creepy fucking weird content. Honestly, I remember when I used to argue with these guys fucking years ago, and it just always felt dirty to even like look at their channel. You know what I mean? And like they've got this internet culture. Oh, it's over. Rope, cope, whatever. They say it's over for you or some shit. Motivation Monday. Bro's a narcissist, lying, scamming, cult leading. Bro, you literally scam kids for money to funnel to your course. You have no morals. Oh yeah, guys. Let's do a little bit of Jew-maxing, shall we? I'm glad he reminded us. Let's go. Who wants to have a look at... wait. Which one should I show you today? Library of Adonis. If anyone hasn't seen it, top link in the description. Library of Adonis. Come through. Ask some questions. Every morning right now, I'm going through the Dear Hamza tag and then recording like a custom video for someone. So I think I just did one for... what was his name? His name is like Zachary. Yeah, this guy. So every morning I'm going through, recording a custom video for someone, giving my advice on whatever they're struggling with. Then you also get the whole community as well. You get the classroom with all the courses. Who's inside of Library of Adonis here? I'm glad that Motivation Monday reminded us to do a bit of Jew-maxing. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Quite a few of you guys are inside the Library of Adonis. It's always good to see, man. I always see you guys coming in here and hyping it up for me. It's fucking awesome to see that, man. So if you guys want to join, top link in the description. That's where You can get more of my advice. You can get some of the longer, unedited, like full guides, courses, everything. And it's not crazy expensive as well, which is quite nice. It's like a win-win. W for Motivation Monday. Thank you for that, brother. He's so pissed off right now. He's like, damn, he's doing it again. Thank you, bro. I may not agree with everything Hamza says or does, but that doesn't invalidate all of the amazing advice he has given and how it's changed my life. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, that's a good mindset, right? You're never going to agree with everything someone does. You're never going to agree with them. And that's fine. You don't have to agree with me with everything I do. But overall, if watching my videos helps you to create a better life, then it's worth it. Bro, there's every single fucking type of person is going to end up having values and mistakes and stuff that you don't like, of course. Everyone, bro. Even like, you know, like those older guys that you see on YouTube. There's Dr. K, Andrew Huberman, whatever. There's dirt on everyone. Everyone's fucking up in some way. And what you need to do is not look out for like, oh, you know, this guy's, people are saying that he's done something crazy. Always just shrug your shoulders and just ask yourself, okay, when I follow this guy, does my life improve overall or not? That's all. Like I've seen so many comments from you guys saying like, okay, I've seen all the drama. Hamza's fucked up in some ways. Someone else has fucked up in some ways. Hamza's on TRT. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you do, whatever. But you're like, okay, but either way, when I watch his videos, it helps me to improve in life. It's knowledge that helps you to improve. It's uplifting content. If overall your life improves, then it makes sense to keep watching. And if it doesn't improve, then it makes sense to stop watching. But in general, everyone who watches me and actually like sits there, their life improves. The advice I give out is so strong. It makes sense. This is why it's always a shame when there's like, you know, you get like a wave of hate. It's always a shame because a lot of the guys who are a bit more like sensitive, they end up watching a bit of the hate and then they're like, oh, okay, so like, oh, you know, the internet hates Hamza. Okay, I won't watch him now, whatever. But you've always got to ask yourself, it's not about what the fucking internet says. It's not about if there's like some fucking Greg Doucette video about me. That guy makes fucking videos about everyone 3 times a day. It's not about that. It's about, do you get good advice from my videos? Which I think many of you actually say, yeah, fuck yeah. So... oh fuck, that just dropped on my balls. so Hamza's been taking testosterone. So Hamza's been claiming natural all this time. Yeah, he didn't. I messaged him and I was like, you owe me an apology because he was extremely biased. He only took Sam's side. I made a video showing the voice notes and then he didn't even watch it. He literally, I sent him the link as well. He replied to my message, but he was just biased. He didn't even watch my video. So it happens, man. Look, anyone who's making like hate or drama content, they're not trying to go for full truth. They're trying to go for what is polarizing, and basically they're optimizing more for views, not for truth. It is easier to, or it's better and more optimized for views to take to take an extreme side and to be sort of negative than it is of being stood in the middle. Every time you see one of these videos which is like really negative about me, that's always the case. Not gonna lie, the hate must be crazy because before the internet, getting that much negative attention would never happen to the average person. I do sympathize, to be honest. Sympathize. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, man. It definitely, I'm not gonna lie, boys, back when in 2022, 2023, 2024, that's when it was very difficult. I think especially in 2024, when there was a few people who were like particularly targeting me, just making video after video after video. That's when it was actually pretty tough for me mentally, you know, because it is hard. It's not just like, oh, someone made a video about you. It kind of triggers like your animalistic nervous system. And it makes you feel like really vulnerable, really anxious, because that's what like being kicked out of the tribe feels like. To be honest, though, now there's so much that it's so become noise. Like there's no good points anymore. Before I'd watch the videos and think, oh man, he said this. Now I literally don't even watch the videos. Even like the one that Sam made, I didn't even watch all of it because it's just like, it's literally just noise. There's so many hate videos now. There's so many faceless channels that just churn out this kind of content that now it's just like, TLDR, Hamza's not perfect. That's like what you can summarize from everything, which at that point is like, oh, okay. Congratulations. And that's the thing. Yeah, it is like Mon Kai has just said, it's just business. It's not going to be unbiased. It's just business. These people, they're pretty intelligent. They align it perfectly to what's going to get them the most views, not what is the most true. So then at that point, it's like, why am I going to argue with it? Why am I going to get like sensitive or something? They all know the algorithm, like everyone tries to drag down the person who is growing up like crazy. What's interesting is from the end of 2024 till about like halfway through this year, I didn't get like, I think a single hate video about me because I wasn't posting consistently. I wasn't getting many views. And then when the first hate video started to come through again, I was like, you know what? It's very interesting because when I'm not getting many views and my business isn't going so well, people don't make videos about me. And the moment that I start getting views again and people start liking me again, there's hate videos about me. So would I want no hate videos about me, but also not to have much of an impact? Or would I want to have a massive impact, but also have a load of hate videos about me? Well, I'll just take the second option, right? Because no one talked about me when I wasn't getting many views later last year, when I wasn't posting consistently. No one was making videos then. When I've had a bit of a comeback now people are talking. So it's like, yeah, well, why don't I just like lean into that then? Fuzzian said, I respect the growth I have seen from you. Over the past few months, you have stuck to your ideas, not changed your mind, and everything is going well again. Yeah, look, like this is the problem with the internet drama or whatever. Like from the outside perspective, it seems like, oh, okay, like Hamza's doing bad. For you guys who have watched me for a while, if you actually think about it, I'm actually doing like some of the best I've done in a couple years straight. Like this is the most consistent discipline that I've been. I've been meditating just under 100 days straight now. Like that's fucking remarkable. The way that I've handled everything recently, being detached from the mind, not suffering that much. Like you guys haven't seen it, away from like content and whatever, but still having so much joy in my day, even though life is tough when shit like this happens. I'm doing fucking awesome. Like really fucking good. This is probably the best I have done in life since those like early discipline days in like 2020, 2021. So I'm very happy. I'm very proud of myself for everything. I reckon there's going to be like a few more weeks of drama. There'll be like some more BS that's happening. Maybe another video here and there, whatever. And then it's just going to die down, and then the channel's going to grow, and it's going to get that sort of energy of like, oh shit, oh yeah, shit, we're grinding, we're leveling up. Okay, sweet, awesome. Drama is ended, bro. Yeah, potentially. I reckon there will be a few more things. I reckon one day I'll wake up and then people will be commenting randomly saying like, oh, have you seen the video from this other guy? Have you seen this video? Have you seen that one? Whatever. I reckon there's a chance for that. Hope not, but I think realistically it is, because whenever there's a wave of hate, a lot of people see it as like a way to cash in, and they're like, oh, okay, everyone's doing it. I could just make a video as well, and I can get my quick 10K views. This is why I don't watch like any of the small creators, like the fucking nobodies who make one and they get like 10K views. I don't watch any of those ones. Yeah. I feel like the only drama videos will be those huge recap videos, which are just genetic. Yeah, like it's just going to be like AI slop content, you know, like the faceless internet anarchist shit. Oh, then, and that's when everyone's like, just shut up. Just fucking, you know, where they just like twist what happened. And still he received criticism after his response. You know, they'll say shit like that, and it's just half like just fake and dramatic and whatever. Like, just cringe, man. They all do make me cringe a lot, though. Yeah. What's your game plan for 3 million next year? Honestly, just post 3 times a week, maybe more, but basically just post the same formats and just stay consistent with it. Don't change much. For my other channels and for this channel, I'll post more. I'll stream every day. I'll post every day on my Dear Hamza channel. I'll post 3 times a week on my advanced channel. You know, I'll ebb and flow here and there. But on my main channel, the big thing is literally just post consistently with the same kind of format, like the Jeffrey Adonis format, 10 to 20, 25-minute long videos. Every now and then I'll do like a full guide or whatever, but it's like the same kind of format over and over and over again. Just stay consistent with that. I do that for a year straight. I reckon it'll be about 3 million by the end of next year and 5 million the year after. My biggest setback is not even this amount of hate. It is quite literally just like I usually fuck up the business in some ways. I end up like changing shit. I end up experimenting too much and whatever. So at least on the main channel, I just want to just post the videos consistently, the same kind of format. That's it. Don't change much. Don't change the format. Just stick to it, and the channel will grow. That's why multiple channels is actually a quite nice thing, because then I can stay consistent on the main channel, but then experiment and post more on these other channels. You know, when like the ADHD desire to quickly change something, or to post more, or to talk about something, or to have a different format or whatever. It's nice to have multiple channels, because then it keeps me kind of busy, because if I'm not busy with multiple channels, I'll end up just fucking up the main channel too much. So I quite like that I've got like loads of channels. Like this one is just going to be streaming. I'll just stream on this one from now on. I had a feeling today like the live views will be very low, right? It's not nice to see like only 70 when you're like this big YouTuber, but you've got like a different channel or whatever. But just keeping it all segregated, and each channel has its own specific format. Like this one is all just stream highlights, recordings, done. The main channel will literally just be the Jeffrey Adonis videos, nothing else, just the Jeffrey Adonis videos. That's where you go if you want those ones. And then the Dear Hamza one will be just the screen recording of the Dear Hamza post, and then the advanced one will be just like the Canva presentations. So each channel only has its own format. And I think that will perform really well, especially when it's been a few months of consistency. I think tomorrow I might try adding Instagram to the stream as well. So here on this channel will be like the YouTube stream, and I think you can, on the software that I use, you can even add like Instagram at the same time. So that'll be kind of cool. We'll see what happens with that as well. But this is why I wanted to take it off the main channel, because on the main channel, everyone subscribed for the Jeffrey Adonis videos. They didn't subscribe for streams. So it makes sense to have it somewhere else. Oh yeah, I could do a Discord ping as well. That's a good idea. In fact, I could probably just do that right now. Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. I just pinged on Discord. Yeah, we still have the old Discord server. I'm not so active in there though, but it's still there. Yeah, make sure you're like subscribed to this channel and you have like the bell on or whatever, and then you'll get like the little notification. Let's go, boys. We got Eddie's wifey. Hello, bro. Did you guys like, you know, the thumbnails from the main channel? Do you remember the main channel, like the artistic thumbnails? Do you think we should do them again? Type 1 in the chat if you think we should do them, or if you like the current ones. Because they were pretty iconic, weren't they? It's like, because I had a real artist make them. I used to pay him like, I think 85 or 90 or $100 per one. And he was from, I think he was from like Malaysia. So I remember that being like life-changing for his family. And yeah. Man. Wait, let me do a poll. Let's see. Yeah, that's the truth. Maybe it'll remind you too much of sort of season 1, and maybe it's time to have like a bit of a rebranding. They definitely felt very unique, though. You know what I mean? Let's do a poll on this, and then let's see what you guys rate. I have a feeling like the guys who watch me live, you are like my biggest followers, right? Who are basically, if I ask you for what your feedback, it's more valuable. Artistic thumbnails. Okay, there's a poll in the chat. Click on which option you like. Let's see what you guys say. Yeah, we have a full guide this Saturday, Tico. Testosterone full guide. I worked really hard on that, and it's got like years of fucking research inside of it. So you guys said 57% of the current style, 43% of the before. Yeah, we'll probably just keep it current then. But it's pretty equal though. Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep the current style. The art thumbnails were nice, but I think the current style kind of suits what kind of content we're making now. And maybe we'll experiment with a few things. I quite like the sort of Jeffrey Adonis artistic style kind of vibe. But I think though, you know, like the images of Jeffrey Adonis, Wojak, and Giga Chad, I think they're kind of like a little bit outdated now compared to like a few years ago when those kinds of memes were more popular. I like the intros. I'm going to keep them. This is why I like having multiple channels, right? Because the intro, Jeffrey Adonis, you know, with animations and whatever, I like it because it's like 30 seconds. It's like humorous. It's silly, whatever. And then it makes the main channel like really unique and consistent. It's like the same kind of format. Every single video has this intro. And then if you don't really like that and you don't like the editing, whatever, then you can go to the other video, like other channels that I have, right? Because I've got like the Dear Hamza channel, and in that one, it's just screen recordings of me just giving advice to people. The advanced channel is like just presentations that I've made where I'm giving advice more to like advanced older people. So I've got like loads of different channels, and this one's basically just me talking with the live chat. So I quite like having loads of different channels now with different formats on each one, rather than just trying to make it all work on one and sticking to just one format when sometimes I want to record for like, you know, multiple hours and it's not edited out. Sometimes I want to make a bit more of a professional video where I know it's going to be edited, you know. It's sort of your trademark, to be honest. Yeah. Intros are the best. It's very catchy. Yeah. Yeah, I've been making some good intros recently. I've been like wait for the next like 1 or 2 weeks. I think some of the ones coming out are like pretty fucking funny. I've been sitting here recently scripting them in the morning and literally specifically like, you know, saying it out loud to see like which ones would make me laugh personally. And yeah, I hope you guys like them. I think the one today, I think you'll like. Let me, since you guys are here, I'll reveal it to you a little bit so you can see before everyone else can. I'll show you now. This is very special. I don't often show you my videos before they ever get released. So I'll give you a little demo now. Okay, you see this? Yep.
Jeffrey and Jessica are Redditors. You know God's not real, right? Okay, fair enough. You guys are entitled to your opinions, but how's it working out for you? Jeffrey's addicted to porn and Jessica's addicted to chads. They're miserable people, just fleeting from one pleasure to the next. They never get the fulfillment of having a family. Kids? Why would we want to bring kids into this world? It's already overpopulated. But that's not true. We're about to hit population collapse. We need more kids, and the people who have big families will be stronger. But Jeffrey and Jessica stop listening and choose to listen to a rapper instead. Adonis and Anastasia are a godly couple. For Adonis, it was so important to find a religious woman as the best sign of a pure, respectful wife. And for Anastasia, it was important to find a man who fears God and disciplines himself to live with virtue. They live the best life together. Jeffrey and Jessica are so jealous that they leave hate comments. Now they're free.
I quite like the it's almost like propaganda to be a better person. You know how all of us went through so much fucking goy slop propaganda, which was to be a worse person. And like, you know, you watch like TV shows where the father's like a bumbling idiot. And you know what I mean, right? Like most of the sort of content that we watched when we were younger was quite literally propaganda to be more of a degenerate and to be more of a sort of modern day weak little retard. I have watched the last few Jeffrey Adonis videos that I've done and the ones I've recorded recently. And basically for the Anastasia character, I've always been leading her into basically being like anti-feminist. And she's going to like the traditional role of motherhood, and we're making it look like a good thing. Because for women who have wanted to be mothers, they've only suffered through the propaganda that is like the career woman is the strong woman. You know, that's like what they've seen in the news. That's what they've seen in Hollywood movies, TV shows, whatever. So it's quite nice to make my own version of like the sort of propaganda where the woman who keeps herself pure and becomes a great mother is seen as actually a good thing. Because in the modern day, it's like there's not many TV shows or anything that actually show you that. And then the man who becomes extremely strong, you know, this is what we've had for the last few years with Adonis. The man who becomes strong, he is seen as a good thing compared to the man who's like weak and whatever. So it's I feel like this is important work, even though it seems kind of silly. You know what I mean? It's like it seems silly. It's like we're just, you know, we're just showing some cartoons, but the hidden message behind it's quite important, isn't it? Was it this one? Oh, yeah. This is a really good one as well. If you guys saw the most recent video, who saw this one? I thought this one was really nice.
Jeffrey and Jessica are out with their friends in the local park. They come here every weekend to party. The sound of the NOS canister erupts, filling the balloons with...
How sick is this, by the way? Do you know how fucking hard it is to make all these things and to animate and everything? This is like, we have our own like actual like cartoon show. How fucking sick is that, man? Honestly. This is Irvin edited this one. He's one of my longest term editors. He's fucking so good. Like, look at the crispy quality, sound effects, everything, man. We really have like our own cartoon show, don't we?
Laughing gas that they're all gonna inhale to get high. And couples sneak away to have sex in the woods nearby. Some of the boys and girls shout so loudly, disturbing the peaceful families in their neighborhood. They think this is just innocent fun. But years later, Jeffrey and Jessica are lowlives. They float from shit job to shit job, complaining about the cost of living crisis. Should have locked in when you were younger then. Adonis and Anastasia are the opposite. They put in the work. At 21 years old, Adonis was living like he was going to war. He shaved his head. He went monk mode and became extremely disciplined. 5 a.m., push-ups, meditation, journaling, cold showers, running, business work, reading, and more. And Anastasia was keeping herself pure, praying, cooking, reading. They had opportunities to go out and party and let loose, but they decided to prioritize their growth. Jeffrey and Jessica think they're being too extreme, but Adonis and Anastasia are too busy enjoying the grind to care what they think. They live the best life, and they have so many children that they single-handedly reverse population collapse. I have the best.
You can tell I just watched the podcast on population collapse recently. I'm so proud of these, man. I think that it's such a good message that I spread with these intros. It's about time we actually see this stuff, isn't it? It's like you don't often see positive propaganda. Oh, so wait, you guys are saying that there's the AI, the artistic thumbnails are winning. Let's have a look. Oh, it's winning now by like 2%. Artistic thumbnails. It ended up winning it, but it's just about 50-50. Thank you, bro. I'm very proud of myself as well, man. Of all the ways to make money. Could be a fucking trader. Could be promoting gambling to the youth, like most people in my industry, which is fucking weird. Could be doing some weird degenerate shit. Could be doing drop shipping, trading, all of this stupid shit. All of the more like selfish ways to make money. And the way that I chose to make money was to just spread a positive message. Never sold you a fucking gambling promotion. Never sold you an NFT, crypto, anything like that. Never did a fucking rug pull crypto coin, shit coin, whatever. Did one fucking sponsorship in my entire life, which was for a book summary website, basically. So still felt nice. So yeah, man. I genuinely think the track record I have as an entrepreneur, as like a YouTuber, is so positive. I know that people talk a lot of shit about like, oh, Hamza this, Hamza that, whatever. But fuck me, man. There's other people who are selling fucking NFT, crypto, all this bullshit. Never promoted extreme, like crazy degeneracy pictures of me with like fucking hoes and whatever, like everyone else does in this industry. So positive. Selling fitness courses whilst blasting roids. You sound like a fucking retard, bro. The fitness course I sold was when I was natural. Me doing something now doesn't change my fucking history before it. That's a very feminine kind of view of the world. Like not taking into account someone's track record. That's quite literally like a feminine perception of things. Yeah, it's my aesthetic body course. The one I made in like 2021. Did you ever do a vid on that Haley spit on it girl with Bonnie Blue and that Lily woman? Spit on it, the Hawk 2 thing, girl. I don't know. It feels like that's just a really easy content, isn't it? When like, you know, some girl does some stupid shit and everyone hops on quickly to talk about it, whatever. And every now and then I end up doing that. What's interesting is usually I end up covering something like that, but like months or even like years later after it's like not even viral anymore, because I usually don't really see it or pay much attention to stuff that's happening like right now. I feel like people are just chronically online, man. Everyone knows like what's the trending thing. Oh, this person's done this person's done that. And don't get me wrong, like I use my phone like every day, of course, but I feel like most people are so chronically online, like they just know what the current trend is, what's the cultural narrative of like this thing or that thing or whatever. It's I feel like we are like the one place on the internet which is quite different, because I've always taught you to be a bit more detached from these things. So when people ask me like, oh, Hamza, this thing's happening, what do you think? I'm like so ignorant on the topic that I don't even want to give you my opinion, right? But when people ask me like, what do you think about this? What's your opinion on this? What's happening with this, with politics, with this thing? I just like, I don't research something unless it's directly impacting my life. You know what I mean? Unless if it's like here right now, right in front of me, then I will research it and it's something I want to improve on. It's something that I can actually make a change with. Then go ahead and I'll research it. But if it's like, oh, what do you think about this girl said this on a random video when she was drunk. What do you think about that? I'm like, is this what you people do? You kind of like, is this what the committee of like busy entrepreneurs do? It's like, oh, this girl was drunk. She was on a night out. And then she said something silly in front of a camera. And everyone's like, oh, this just in. Like, whoa, like, what the hell, bro? Get a fucking job, man. Honestly, the fuck? Like, do you not like, I don't know, read books and spend a few hours in the gym and conversate with good people and whatever? The fuck? Hawk Tour is a good life lesson on what not to do in your social media career, so it's good to know. From what I know, okay, so she said something on the little podcast thing she was on. She got mega viral with it. She started like a podcast or something of her own, and then she released like a shit coin and she scammed people. Is that like the gist of it, or? No, I don't think you're shadow banned. Effect, sir. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Her podcast was pretty successful before the scam. Yeah, people just like cashing out too fast. You just got to watch out for that, man. By all means, like, sell something. I don't think it's a bad thing to sell something. I think quite a lot of people do, and quite a lot of like consumers, they expect content creators to just do this stuff for free, and they get pissed off if you try and sell them stuff. Like the amount of hate I got just because I ever released like something for sale. It was surprising when it first happened back in like 2022, 2023. People would just constantly say it was a scam without even like buying it or anything. Just because, you know, when you sell something as an influencer, people expect it to just be free because your videos are free and they're used to getting like free sort of access to you. So then when you make something and then you sell it, the same people, and also just fucking retard little haters, they just get pissed off at it, which I never understood, and I still don't, because it's like, imagine if your boss said this to your mother, like, oh, like all of this was about money. Well, why are you so obsessed with money? It's like, yeah, because I've just fucking worked some shit. Well, what the fuck? Like, everyone's gonna want to make some money from the work that they do, because of course, like, bro, if you're working so hard, you deserve to make a fuck ton of money from it. And there's different ways to make money. Well, you can offer something. You know, you're not forcing anyone. It's not a fucking scam. You're not forcing anyone. You're literally just offering. If you guys want to buy it, you can buy it. But compare it like that compared to a scam, or compared to like, you know, some fucking shitcoin, NFT, whatever. These are like massive different things. Like, I think the products I sell are fucking awesome. And I think the way that I sell them is so pleasant, where I turn it into a bit of a joke. You kind of laugh with me because, you know, I call it Jumaxing, whatever. It's what is it, 1-2 minutes of a whole 2-hour stream, or it's like I put the clip at the end of the YouTube videos for like 5 seconds at the end of a fucking 20-minute YouTube video. So my personal opinion, if anyone fucking hates on that and they're like, oh, well, you shouldn't try and sell your thing, you shouldn't try and make money from this, I think they're fucking assholes, honestly. That's like, it's such a weird thing to say to someone who's working hard, like, oh, you shouldn't try and make money from this. This is why I'm like so happy with the business, you know, the money side of things in this business recently, because with the programs that I've got, whenever I mention them, a bunch of you guys end up saying like, oh yeah, I'm inside and it's really good, right? Whenever I mention like Library of Adon, it's like 4 or 5 of you comment right away, like, oh yeah, I joined. It was actually, it's really good. It's well worth the money. When I see comments like that, that always touches my heart, because I'm like, that's rare. For you to like sell something as like a content creator and people straight away comment like, oh, I bought it and I'm happy that I bought it. That's quite rare. Usually you only get like fucking hate comments. But whenever I mention my products now, people literally comment positive things about them right away. Like, that's so fucking rare, honestly. I'm like so glad that that's the point that I've got to, because I've just made a product that's genuinely like pretty fucking good. And it's also like not expensive like at all. So yeah, man. Healthy Chris, I don't know what you're on about, bro. What was the biggest hurdle you faced while creating ECC? So ECC was actually originally the Adonis School, the first program that I made. What's up, guys? Let's fucking go, bro. Yeah, ECC was the first program I made. Adonis School, like, it was a different version of it before. If your product is so good, why did 2 out of 3 members dip out? Genuinely wondering. Because it's a subscription, right? It's like a monthly payment. So when it's a subscription, naturally, a lot of people are going to leave every month before like the next payment goes out, which is completely normal. So it just has like a churn percentage. So before, like when I made my first program, quite a lot of people churned because I didn't even know like how to reduce churn, how to basically make people want to stay inside and stay, you know, for the next month and the next month. I didn't know. It was like a new skill for me. Like, I've only ever been like a YouTuber. So that was a new skill, and the churn percentage was very high. So it was like 38% of people would leave every month. So once we had 1,000 people, 380 would leave every month, but we would gain like 400, 420, whatever. So we were going up. But then by the time we hit 2,000 people in the big community, and like this was like a few years ago, when 38% of them leave, that's like 800 have left. And you can't, you know, find the equilibrium with how many new people join. So then it churned out after that. And yeah, churn was very high. Now let me show you guys something. Churn used to be 38% in these programs. And I'm very fucking proud to show you this, okay? Churn used to be 38%. Remember this, 38%. People fucking shit on me for fucking ages because it was 38% and like the number of people went down in my community by a massive amount. And now that I've been doing the same business model for a few years and I've learned some things, look at this. Churn, 4%. Fucking W's in the chats, boys. It's about 10 times fucking lower. How fucking sick is that? Churn used to be 38%. Fuck you. 4 fucking percent. I'm fucking so happy to see that in this one as well. This is my other program. The churn here is 4% as well. It's fucking nice to see, man. So that's fucking. I've really fucking worked hard for that shit. This was years of me experimenting different things and learning what works, what doesn't, and whatever. So yeah, man. Now it feels like all we need to do is just grow the channels, like grow the social media followings, get views on the content, and then just keep sending people over to the programs, and we'll keep growing massively. I wonder how much money I make now. Do you guys want to see? This is ECC. This is the one where I teach people to become YouTubers. And this one makes 45K a month. It's a little bit more than that because see how there's 382 members here, but there's actually 500 members in the community. It's because the remaining people, they pay sort of like off platform and they pay like 99 a month. They've been here for a while. So it's an extra like basically 10K. So it's about 55K a month there. 55K. And then this one is 68K. So let's do a calculator. 55 plus 68. And then this one is the new thing I sell. And in a month, it made 15K plus 15. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you this one. So this is the new course. This is like the advanced course that I sell. It's more for like the older guys who are already kind of successful. 15. And then what else? What is it right now? It's 138K right now. Wow. Okay. And then let's see how much I make. I make 5K a month. See this right here. This is just from being an affiliate on Skool. Like people just make their own Skool pages because of me. You can see I've made 160K in the last 2 years from this passively, basically. This is like real passive income because I don't really, use this much, or people just do it without me needing to do anything. So an extra 5K. And then how much do we make on YouTube? YouTube is £5,000 on my main channel a month. And then £5,000 on my main channel, not much on this, like 359 on this. So that's about like £6,000, which is probably like what, 8K or so, $8,000 probably. And then $150,000 a month. Not bad, eh? $150,000 a month. That's fucking, when you think about it, that's fucking crazy, isn't it? W's in the fucking chats, boys. Not even per year or anything like that. Every fucking 30 days, I make $150,000. All right. This is why you guys don't need to donate to me on streams and shit. Honestly, I'm fine on it. You keep the money, boys. 150,000 a month. So that is 1.6, 1.7, 1.8 million a year. Yeah, it's more than most people make in a year, isn't it? It's very impressive, isn't it? And the profit's very high as well, because the profit is it's most profit, right? Because I don't run ads, I don't do anything like that. So most of it's profit. Whereas, when people tell you how much money they make, they say like, oh, I make 100K a month, whatever. There's a few lies that people don't tell you. Do you guys want me to expose the industry a bit? Do you want me to tell you the lies that like most people will tell you, but they basically use it to sort of give you fake credibility? Because there's a few common lies that people in this industry tell you. So when someone tells you, okay, I make 150K a month, what they don't tell you is, first of all, they only really made it in like 1 month. It's not that they make 150K recurring. It's that they had like one top month where, for example, they sold something where they have to deliver it for months. Does that make sense? Like, for example, imagine they sell like a package where they'll help someone for 3 months for 10K. And they might sell 15 of those packages and make 150K in 1 month. But they have to do like 3 months of work for that afterwards. And so the next month, they only make like 50K, for example. But these people, I promise you right now, because I know them, they'll tell you, no, I make 150K a month. But that's what the lie is. It's not a month. It's that last month they made 150K. But for the next few months, it's going to be lower than that. Whenever someone tells you per month, a lot of the times it's not actually per month. It was, I made 150K last month, but I'm not going to hit that again for the next few months. That's one thing. The second thing is when they tell you how much money they make, they usually aren't talking about profit. They're usually talking about income, like how much in sales did they get. But to get those sales, most people have to spend a fuck ton of money to actually get the sale. So when they say 150K that they've made, profit is actually often like less than 100K. It's like 80K, for example. It's sometimes even more than like a bigger dip than that. So it's sometimes like the profit for 150K is often like 75K, 70K, something like that. Especially it depends how they make their money. If they sell the same things similar to me, okay, the profit will be similarly high. But if they run ads, they'll have, yeah, like Craig said, 20, 30, 40, 50K in expenses. And if they run anything like an agency and they outsource it, or it's like drop shipping or whatever, the costs is 50, 60K, 50, 60%. So when these people tell you, oh, I make 150K a month, 200K a month, 300K a month, what they actually mean is I've made it 1 month, and also it was maybe half of that was profit. And also, I'm going to dip down below that in the next few months. That's what the scam and the lie is. When I showed you the money there, you saw it was interesting because it was MRR. What that means is I get paid that amount every month. It's not like I made one top month and I'm like, hyping up about it, whatever. That's like literally my consistent monthly income. But then what are my expenses? Literally, when you think about it, what are my actual expenses? Okay, my editors, maybe total about 10K a month. Thumbnail guy, this and that. Okay, extra 2, 3, 4K a month. Okay, sure, 15K for like my team. And then that's it, really. I don't have ads or some big bloated team or anything. So for me, most of my income is profit, like a very high percentage of it. So yeah. Like I've had some friends who are very aware of this, and they message me every now and then, like hyping me up, saying I'm usually making as much profit as the big guys, the guys who tell you, oh, I make 400, 500K a month. I'm a millionaire. I make $1 million, whatever. Usually they only profit like 150K, 200K or whatever. Anyway, like my top month was last year, and it was like 220K. I think just above 220K. But I don't tell you I'm making 220K a month, because that's not fucking true. I don't make 220K a month. I made 220K in 1 month, but it went down after that. So then I didn't sort of say it. And what's interesting is, what? I've even made this mistake, because I'm pretty sure I've made a video literally saying, oh, I make 220K a month, whatever. And so it's easy to do, to accidentally say like, oh, I make it per month, when actually you just made it in 1 month. Does that make sense? So whether it's malicious or not, but a lot of people are making a lot less money than they claim they are. But still, there is a lot of money to be made in this industry for sure. Like 150K that I just showed you there. That's a very good figure. Really fucking awesome, of course. But yeah, I've got friends doing 400, 500K a month. So I'm not really thinking about the money, the monetization aspect. Right now, I'm just thinking about the content. Like I just want to grow the following, basically. Yeah, thank you, Craig. With 80 viewers. Yeah, this is my new stream channel, bro. We all got to start somewhere, bro. With this industry, how good do you have to be at math? Oh, not at all, bro. You don't need to worry about that at all. Charlie Morgan makes 40 million a year. Last I spoke to him, I'm pretty sure it was like 800K a month, but it might be higher. To be honest, yeah, I've not checked up on that. He's a very impressive guy. How do you feel about being naked in front of 80 people? Not bad. I wish there was more, though. Yeah. What are your thoughts on WAP for hosting your product? I've never used it, to be honest, and there's only like a few people I know who use it. And I don't know, whenever I click on their like sales pages, I'm never like crazy impressed or anything, I will say. So, but I've not had like a big play around on it so far because I just use School, right? I've not had like a reason to switch over or anything like that. So, but I don't know what it is. I don't mean to shit on them because it seems like a great company and stuff. But whenever I click on like a WAP link, it just seems like the sales page is so like bloated and there's so much shit on it compared to like a School sales page. I wonder if their conversion rate is decent. It could be. I mean, I assume it is. I'm sure assume that they've set it up, but yeah, School has pretty high conversion rate. Uh, Keep moving your tits. Yeah, you like that. Yeah, you big boy. Okay, do this, boys. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. I didn't have one before. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. Everyone, think deeply right now about what is causing you the most pain in your life. Like when you wake up, what's the problem your brain is constantly trying to solve? Think of that. Write out a message with detail explaining what it is. And then don't post it yet. When I come back, post it, and then I'll give you advice for the last like 45 minutes before I get ready for bed. So write out basically the biggest kind of problem you're going through. Write it with details as well. I'm gonna go downstairs quickly and make tea. I'll be like probably 3-4 minutes, and then we'll come back. Yeah, you can take a break now as well. Go do some go touch some fucking grass outside. Everyone, every like 1 hour, you're on the computer and you're like on the internet, especially on like live streaming, like very like degenerate internet use. It's very, very healthy for you to just go and do like 1 hour, like 2 minutes of like go to your back garden quickly, touch the grass, look at the leaves, talk to your mother quick. You'll find that you get way less of that like weird robot dork brain fog. I like to do this like every hour or so, just like go downstairs and like do something. So be back in like 2-3 minutes, boys. Mwah. Let's go. I think you're all talking about Library of Adonis. Okay, let's go through some of these things that you guys have wrote down. I quit my job because of you and started making thousands online. Let's fucking go. Is it Sefe? This is you, isn't it? Sefe, the Sefe, I know. No, I just want to scale to 100K by the end of the next year. The only thing stopping me is staying consistent and being gritty. I have 1,000 new ideas every day, and I also have the ADHD personality. How are you currently ensuring that you don't fuck up the goals that you set? Give me one sec. Okay, so you're making money online. You want to scale to 100K by the end of next year, but you're not being consistent. You have 1,000 new ideas every day. Basically, how do you overcome the ADHD personality in business? How do you overcome the ADHD personality in business? There's a brilliant mindset that I just learned from Alex Hormozi. In fact, I had learned it like months ago, and it's one of the things that helped me. Whenever you change something and whenever you try something new, you will instantly be hit with like a 20% cost right away. Like we all know this, right? Like whenever you try like a different workout routine, different daily routine, different product, changing the product, this, that thing, that thing, whatever. Like I feel like you've seen with me and with Adonis School, whenever you change one thing, you take a hit for like a 10, 20% hit instantly. Then if that thing was good enough to change, after a little while, you gain more than like the sort of 20% back and you're back above the baseline. So that means that there's an instant cost with changing anything or trying anything new. And I bet like a lot of you guys have felt this, haven't you? Like type 1 in the chat. Like whenever you try and like change your workout routine or your business or anything like that, it's kind of like it's worse before it's better and it's like back to the routine again. What's interesting is you're doing it to get results. But to get results, you don't need to try new ideas. You can often just do the current thing either better, but that sounds vague. Like, how do you do the current thing better? Like, how can I like make better videos? Because if it was that simple, I would. But does me spending like more time scripting it word for word make it better? Potentially not, because then, you know, the flow of the video goes compared to a bit more robotic, just say what's on the script, whatever. So trying to do better at the thing is pretty hard. It's pretty vague. But trying to do more of it's like fucking brain dead retard mode. It's so easy to do more. Post more. Do more sets in the gym. Simple. You can often get more results just from literally doing exactly what you're doing right now, but just literally doing more of it. So instead of changing things, just do more of exactly what you're already doing. All like the dopamine goes away now because you think, okay, well, if I do, let's say I want to grow my carbs and I do 3 sets of carbs at the end of the week. We can try and make it better by researching carbs and people tell you about this technique or this thing, whatever. And you can try that. Or you can change the exercise and go from Smith-Smithine carbs to the seated carbs, whatever, because apparently they're different. Yeah, sure. But all of this is just vague. And even if you do it, you probably won't notice much of a growth because you've just changed the variable. You like now you don't even know what seating, you know, like the seat pin, whatever, is nice for you on the seated calf raise, whatever. But all you actually had to do was just go from 3 sets of carbs a week to 20, and they will grow. Like, and that's the brain dead option. Literally just do 20 sets of whatever muscle's not growing per week and it will grow. It's as simple as that. You don't have to think of the new exercises. You don't have to watch like a video on the exercise technique, whatever. Literally just do exactly the ones you're doing right now, which are like fun and enjoyable and they feel kind of safe for you. and just do double the volume. That's it. You will grow. Like, it's as simple as that. The same with, like, let's say you're posting content right now, you're posting once a week on YouTube. Instead of trying to like make the video better or whatever, just post 3, 4, 5 times a week. I was already posting, like 2, 3 times a week on the main channel, this channel, whatever. And then I was like, okay, fuck it. Well, I'll just post daily on Dear Hamza. I'll post 3 times a week instead of once on the advanced channel. I want to continue posting 3 times a week on the main channel because that's also like the most sort of hardest videos, costly videos. So I'm not going to change that. But I'm also going to just start posting, like mass posting onto this channel with the full recordings of these streams and the highlights and whatever. So this was huge for me because I realized that of all the ideas that I get, most of them are actually so risky to implement. Like if anyone's inside Library of Adonis or even ECC, recently I've been experimenting with like this new feature that we can add to the communities, which is like tiers. And it's not even been that good. People haven't liked it. And it's just been shaking things up. Whenever you try something new, you get hit with like an instant cost. And new things only work if they work like significantly better. Like a new thing has to be really, 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 really good. And there's always a fucking cost to implement it. It shakes things up. It kind of pisses off current, customers, whatever. If I like try something new on my main channel and I completely change the format of the video, it's just fucked, right? It's like people will get pissed off. They clicked on the video expecting like a normal Jeffrey Adonis video. And now it's completely different. They get kind of pissed off. Now, if you like stayed at it for a few months, people would simmer down and the waters would get more still. But there's always an instant cost to whatever you do, unless if you just do more of it, then it's just easy. It's just like, okay, well, it's just, half an hour of you just doing another video or doing more sets in the gym, whatever. So that was the big advice for me that I think has really helped me to stop being as like ADHD, is realizing instead of changing things and doing new things, just do more of the current thing. And the other thing as well is setting myself like 90-day seasons and saying, okay, for this 90 days, I'm not allowed to change anything when it comes to like, my routine or whatever. For 90 days, I have to be in a calorie deficit. For 90 days, I'm not allowed to bulk. I'm not allowed to change my routine. I'm not allowed to change the splits, whatever. After 90 days, then you can. Then now it's like an active discipline. For 90 days, stick to the same routine, whatever. Does that answer your question, Sefe? This is huge, by the way, because as you guys saw, one of my biggest weaknesses was just changing shit all the time. So I'm very glad to say that I feel like I've made pretty good advice, right, guys? W or L, I've gotten better at like not changing my mind and fucking up the business and the content and stuff, right? That, because I swear to God, that was like the biggest fucking problem. I think that was the biggest reason why from like 2023 things were like kind of rocky for me. And for the last like few months, I've actually been so much more consistent than I have been for years. I've just been meditating almost 100 days in a row now, which I think has really added to it. Plus, I've just been, really mindfully sticking to the same sort of plan. Test said, been having insomnia for quite some time. I don't do blue light screens at night. I fall asleep for 4 to 6 hours, wake up too wired to fall back asleep. Whenever I can't sleep, I just try not to make it a big deal. I just, like, especially if you're not sleepy. Like, if you can't sleep and you're sleepy, that's what sucks. Okay, lie down and try and sleep, whatever. But, whenever you're too wired to sleep, I just take it as like, okay, fair enough. Well, your body's telling you you don't like need to sleep right now. Then don't try and force yourself to sleep if it's not coming easy. Like you should look forward to bedtime. You shouldn't like pressure yourself to try and sleep when like your body's telling you, no, we need to do something. Now I'll try my best to sort of wind down and, be sleepy at bedtime. And 90% of the days I am sleepy by like 8 p.m., even by like 7, right? It's 6:30 p.m. right now. It's 6:29 p.m. for me. Look at my setup. It's like the big lights off, everything. You guys know I really fucking live this life, right? 6:30 fucking p.m. I've got my hot cup of tea, my bathrobe and stuff, right? So I'm getting ready for bed as we speak right now. It's fucking 6:30. But if there's time when I'm just really wired, I can't sleep, I don't try and force it, man. I don't try and change it. I don't think that's a good idea. I'll just wake up. Like if I'm in the middle of sleep, whatever, and I'm just not sleepy, I'll just wake up. I'll just get up. I won't keep like the bright lights or anything like that. You know, I'll have the lights similar to this. I'll sit in darkness. I'll use like the glasses here, like the orange ones. But I'll just get up and just do something. It happens, man. Especially like, you know, I've had quite a stressful last month with a ton of like hate and drama and whatever. So of course there was a couple of nights where I woke up in the middle and there's not been a night I've not been able to get to sleep because I can fall asleep really easily. But there's been a bunch of nights where I woke up at like 2 a.m., right? And I'm like ready to do something and I'll write down what I'm going to do or, you know, it's a video idea or whatever. But I'm not going to like just force myself to try and sleep when I am not tired. You know what I mean? I don't think that's natural. Like when you think of what's natural for like caveman ancestors, there would have been some days where they couldn't sleep. There would have been some days where they didn't want to sleep or they couldn't. And that's okay. We're not as fragile as like all these like scientists are trying to make you believe that, oh, sleep, you know, if you miss a night's sleep, you're fucked. Not really. Arush said, laziness / procrastination. Knowing what I'm meant to do, as you call it, the self-improvement depression stage, but I still don't do the good habits. Yeah, a part of this is laziness and procrastination, but a part of it is just simply routine. When you have a good routine, like routine is basically the structure of your day, like what time you do certain habits. When you have a good routine, it is so easy to automatically do the good habits. Like, for example, if my routine is meditating first thing in the morning, I can meditate every single day without missing it. Like I've not missed a single day of meditation in about 95 days. And I think that's one of the big reasons why you guys have seen that I seem like so much more mentally still these days. I seem so much more like I'm not changing my mind because that routine really works for me. If I am stupid enough to change the routine and say, you know what, I won't meditate first thing in the morning. I'll meditate at a different time, like after gym or whatever. Then I probably won't consistently meditate. I'll start to miss days because for me personally, I don't stay consistent with meditation when it's not in the morning. That's just how it is. So it's interesting. I can meditate every single day in a row for 100 days, but the first day I say I'll meditate at a different time, like after gym or before bed or whatever, I end up just being completely inconsistent from then. So it's often not even laziness and procrastination. It's often just specifically what time you are doing each habit. Because if there's a specific habit you keep missing, it's because you've allocated it to the wrong time of the day. So everyone think of the habit you constantly miss way more than the others. Which habit is it that you often don't get to check off in the day? 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you right now, it's because that habit, you're trying to do it at the wrong time of the day. You're not lazy. You're not procrastinating. You're not a bad person for this. You just need to take that same habit and put it at a different time in the day. Simple as that. So just think about which habit it is. Think about which time of the day you try to do it right now, and then think of the new time of the day that you should be doing it instead, that you can try to start doing it. It'll slot in somewhere and you will quite literally like not even miss a single day once it's at the right place. I read after gym. So I wake up, meditate, record videos, eat, go gym, come back, read. Matteo said, did you guys think that was good advice, by the way? If you hear me say some good advice, make sure you write it in the chat as well, so I know that whatever I said, you guys actually resonate with. Yeah, if I give some good advice, make sure you guys like leave some super chat donations. Just like $100 just to get my attention. Just so I know that I'm giving good advice. Matteo said, family problems spikes it all to financial issues and self-improvement. Wake up and think on the problems my living in family has that I have to retain my time in order to have a. Sorry, bro. I've got no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Family problems. Does anyone know what he means by this? Family problems spikes the financial. It spikes because of the financial issues you guys have. You wake up and think about family problems, basically. Yeah, don't worry, guys. This channel's not monetized yet. I'll probably do it soon. So you wake up and think about family problems. I need you to be more specific, bro. I think this isn't specific enough for me to give good advice. Healthy Chris, I think he's just not. He's been waiting all day for me to say his name, hasn't he? Healthy Chris, go on. You can ejaculate now if you want, bro. For me, I can't stop thinking about getting monetized on YouTube channel. I find myself wanting to post brain rot Family Guy clips just to get enough watch time. Please help. Yeah, that's really not a fucking good idea, bro. Really not a good idea. That's the same as like saying, oh, I'm so obsessed with, you know, the idea of having sex. I think I'll go sleep with a girl who's got an STD. Like, no, how about you just go and like choose a girl you actually want to genuinely be with and have sex. You don't want to post this kind of content. Nobody wants you to post this kind of content. Doing it just to get monetized is like really fucking retarded, because what, are you going to do this forever? Probably not. So then any audience you gain from posting brain rot is not going to stick around when you completely and utterly just randomly change the channel to like your own purposeful content. Do today as you would every day. Your behavior inside of this stream as well, and also with this question and the way you've worded it as well, strikes me as a guy whose nervous system is really fucked up. I think instead of obsessing over YouTube, you need to start obsessing over healing. You strike me as a guy who's got some like unresolved trauma and pains, and that's causing you to act in these kind of like schizo kind of ways. And I say that as a fellow traumatized motherfucker. So I think that's what you need more than YouTube monetization. Yeah, go read The Untethered Soul. I think that will help. And go start processing some of the emotions from some painful shit you've been through. Because when you have been through some painful stuff, it really does shine through in the way that you speak, in the way that you interact, in everything you do. And you strike me, from your behavior in this live stream, you strike me as someone who there's a lot of healing to do. So I would focus more on that, because any progress you make in business, if you do make any at all, you probably won't make any, but if you do make any progress, you'll fuck it up until you start this process anyway. So I wish someone told me this when I was a bit younger as well. Yeah, hope you can take that well. But that's definitely the bigger priority. What do you guys think? Was that good advice, or was I just an asshole there? Samuel Bacon. I'm 22, 12 months left in uni, 1.5 years into self-improvements. Left these people because I was needy, reached out to many new ones, but don't respect them as people. Yeah. So Samuel, it sounds like for you, you are in the transition period where right now you don't want to be friends with the Jeffreys who you could be friends with, but the Adonises that you want to be friends with don't want to be friends with you. This is like the transition period, the lonely chapter. So you have two choices. Lower your standards and be friends with the Jeffreys, but then every time you do that, you'll double think and you'll feel regretful for wasting your time with them, but at least you get a bit of social life. Or two, stay alone, patiently alone. Keep leveling up to the point that you become a more of a sort of high value, attractive person. And then the winners will want to be friends with you. And by that time, you will be the person who's kind of vetting people for friendship. As Craig just said in the chat, it's better to be alone than to hang out with crabs. Yeah. This is the same with hanging out with Jessicas as well. For many of you guys, what you'll find is like Jessicas will be the first type of girl who's into you. And, you know, like basically like retard girls who are just the female equivalent of Jeffrey. They just scroll, whatever. And you'll be able to pull those kinds of girls faster than you'll be able to pull like decent girls. So many of you will start dating those kinds of girls because it's like the only female intimacy you've ever gotten. But when you go and hang out with them, you'll actually quite be regretful for it, because it'll actually be oddly kind of boring and almost like anxiety inducing, because you're hanging out with someone who doesn't even meet your standards, you don't even want to be seen with. Even if you have sex, it'll always feel like weirdly distasteful. Who can relate to that? Who's either in that kind of situation right now, like kind of like dating or hooking up with a Jessica, or who has been there? And basically every single time you hang out with them, you end up kind of like coming back home thinking like, what the fuck am I doing? Why the fuck did I just spend like a few hours with that girl? It like wasn't even that fun. And it was just like a waste of time. And I've stayed up late, and she wanted to eat some like fucking junk food. So I went with her and ate some as well, even though I didn't want to, whatever. Yeah, don't do that. That person's clearly incompatible with you. It's better to be alone than it is to be with people who you don't even want to spend time with. That doesn't make any sense, to spend time with those people. This doesn't mean that you can't have like a girl in your life. You can, absolutely. But just make sure you actually like her, man. Simple as that. Make sure you like, don't just choose any fucking girl just because she is basically saying yes to you. This is the problem. Most men act out of scarcity. So any girl that says yes, they will just go hang out with and hook up with and whatever. Rather than actually having values and standards, they'll just like take what they can get. It's like survival mode. It's usually like the same sort of like nervous system kind of thing, where if your nervous system's all fucked up, you probably won't be able to wait for someone who's better. It's a big waste of time, boys. Don't do that. Would you hang out with her if she was a guy? That's a fucking brilliant point that Craig just said. Because a lot of girls are losers. Omi Ross 16 said, Hamza, how did you solve porn problems? It's like I constantly get in and out of this cycle. This has been going on for literally years. I feel like this destroys my testosterone and flirting skills. Yeah, the guys who watch a lot of porn, especially like proper porn where you watch two people have sex, that really turns you into like a weirdo, like really weirdo. So you've just got to watch out for that. And what I've always found is effective is not no fap, but less fap. Instead of trying to quit outright, which is kind of like trying to bench press 3 plates, like 140 kg. Start by like bench pressing the bar and increasing the weight every week. So in relevance to porn, start by sort of like decreasing the intensity of it. So instead of, for example, jacking off to like, full fucking porn where you feel like a cock, switch straight to basically no porn, and you just jack off like fast, no edging, for example. So it's like it's not even that fun anymore. Like most of the dopamine's just gone, but you still jack off like every day, for example, because that's already a huge progress, right? I would rather you jack off every day without porn than jack off every day with porn, of course. That's huge progress. So just do that, and that's already progress. Then start reducing it. Instead of, let's say, if you jack off like every single day, you jack off every other day. If you usually jack off like 30 times a month, make it 25 this month, make it 20. And then go down next month, and next month, and next month. And within 6 months, you'll be doing it like, 1 or 2, 3 times per month. And then at that point, honestly, it's not even crazy anymore. At that point, yeah, there's still some benefits. Maybe if you go like 30 days without touching it at all, whatever. But if you're only jacking off like 1 or 2 times a month or something, at that point, it's so like minor that you don't even need to think about it anymore. So that's how I've always found is the most effective for a lot of young guys. Everyone who I meet who has kind of like quit porn immediately from like being a bit of an addict, they never really quit. They basically end up just relapsing hard within the next few days or few weeks or whatever. NoFap is just incredibly ineffective. Less FAP is the better strategy. Yeah. Monkey said, biggest problem is lust, but faith and religion might be the answer. Also been applying 80-20 to balance medical school / becoming a high performing doctor and my brand / business. I don't know if that's silly or not. Yeah, it looks like you're balancing quite a lot of things. So the 80-20 rule is definitely going to help you. And then in terms of lust, faith and religion might be the answer. Yeah, probably. What's really lovely about faith and religion, it just gives you extra reason to do the right things. It gives you extra reason to stay away from the bad habits. So, yeah, that's probably the way. That's probably one of the best ways. Modern meditation. My brain is just obsessed with girls and learning social managerism. I want to be able to connect with other people. I genuinely feel weird being me. Yeah, quite a lot of people do. And I think being chronically online really does that. So I know this is going to seem so simple to you, modern meditation, but I really recommend start completely turning your phone off and be careful consuming content. This is different because this is almost like we're all on like a call together, right? But you're all just kind of muted. So this is a bit different. But anything that's like fast-paced content where it's very sort of professional, commercial, and the guy's like being a fucking goofball or whatever, or you're scrolling shorts, whatever. And the same especially with group chats, Snapchat, Instagram DMs. All of this turns you into like a bit of a fucking weirdo, especially when you want like conventionally kind of aligned to that content anyway. Like, you know, the hot girl who makes TikToks, she doesn't really feel weird because if anything, she's kind of high social status, likewise with the guy, whatever. And if you're like that, fair enough, you don't feel weird, you feel kind of cool doing it. But if you're not one of these people who are like, you know, consuming content, or sorry, creating content and becoming like the influencer yourself, then it like, you watching the content often, it just turns you into a bit of a fucking retard. And you also, I really think as well, like being on Snapchat, Instagram, group chats, WhatsApp, all that kind of stuff, the way that kids use it, it really makes you even more weird and timid and shy and like as if you're not even breathing fully because you're so scared to being judged and being called corny or some shit. So I would say like spend as much time as possible away from your phone and just have like a social skills specific cue that you're focused on every day. So you might go on like ChatGPT or read a social skills book and pick out one thing. Like, for example, today it might be eye contact. Then you stay away from your phone and you just focus on eye contact with people. Like that's like your sort of cue for today. You write it down on your hand or some shit to remind yourself and just focus on leveling up that one skill today. So you stay away from all this brain rot and everything, because that's why so many young people are just like fucked up in the head. I think that's why a lot of young people feel like weird. Like when I was young in high school and I always felt weird around people because of just that kind of like content that I was watching and like, you know, the music I was listening to and that kind of stuff. It does turn you into a bit of a fucking weirdo when you just watch like weird stuff on the internet and whatever. And like Mon Kaiser said, the less input you feed your brain, the more you leave room for deliberate growth. Yeah, I would do that. Godly Improvement said, my biggest problems are not being consistent with YouTube, having a cluttered bedroom / studio, and letting the stress of do schoolwork get to me. Big thing is getting more consistent with YouTube. Having a cluttered bedroom / studio, look, everyone is going to tell you that like, oh, you know, a clean space equals a clean mind, and you've got to like have such a clean space. And if I'm honest, I personally think that's a bit overrated. I've never been like a completely organized person. And that's okay. Like, I still make a fucking 1.5 million, 1.8 million a year. I still have gotten millions of followers. I'm still confident and genuinely happy in myself. But like, look at my desk. It's like there's some shit there, right? See like the post-it notes and whatever. It's not like crazy well put together or whatever. And like people online will tell you like, no, you've got to like clean your room, whatever. And it's like, I think it's a bit overblown. Don't get me wrong. Like, you don't want to be living in fucking like squalor or anything. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's a bit overblown, honestly. So I wouldn't worry about that much. In fact, actually, I know a bunch of rich people who live the same way, and they're a bit cluttered as well. And it seems to me, from my expectation, I don't know if this is true, but I have a feeling like a bunch of the like geniuses of the world, they probably lived in like clutter, but they knew where everything was. Like, you know, they had like a disorganized bookshelf or some shit. I don't think it's such a big deal. And not being consistent with YouTube, I'd ask you why you're not consistent. Most likely it's like you'll randomly just take a few weeks off, won't you? Is that what it is? You'll post it consistently and then you'll randomly just like stop posting for a few weeks. If you're finding yourself not being consistent and what's happening is you'll post content, for example, maybe a few days in a row, and then you'll randomly just like not really think about YouTube, or you won't post for a few weeks. What I would say is you're probably trying to post too much for your own skill, because instead of thinking about it like per week, think about it per month. You've been posting like maybe 4 times per month over the last few months straight. You wanted to post, maybe every day or 3 times per week, but you end up recording like 4 videos. You post them all within a few days, and then for like a few weeks, you're not posting anything. What you can do is suddenly just change your upload schedule to just 1 per week. Now go and record the 4 videos as you normally do, but just schedule them 1 per week, and suddenly you're posting every week, and that's consistency. There you go. You just became consistent. So if you're struggling to consistently stay on like 3 times per week uploads, just change it to like 1 times per week. And literally one day you can go record 4 videos, schedule them like every Monday or whatever for the next 4 weeks, and you've just got 4 weeks worth of content. And then the next time you end up getting the inspiration again, you record 4 again, and you've got next month's content. Right? So, because you want to have high quantity for your uploads if possible, but only if you can actually stick to it. And if you can't, that's absolutely okay. I've got a bunch of friends who only post once a week, or who post even like once every few weeks, and they're still really good. So just schedule it for once per week. If you change nothing else other than just this, you'll end up just being instantly consistent, and you would have posted like every week for the next like, few months or whatever. Done. Water flames. My sensitization in bed is fucked. I struggle with lasting longer than 1 to 2 minutes, but a girl can give me oral for 40 minutes and I can't finish at all. I stopped watching porn a while ago already. Yeah, years of like death gripping your dick, like, grabbing your dick hard and like beating it hard. Years of that can definitely lead to this. It can also be like a bit of a performance thing where, and you know what? What you've said, basically you can have actual sex for only like 1 to 2 minutes before like you bust, but with like oral, you can last whatever. This is honestly a bit more of a skill. Like, you just right now don't have the skill, the sort of awareness of when you're getting close to the point that you kind of need to slow down a bit. You can like bust in 1 to 2 minutes with a girl, even if you've had like a bunch of sex or whatever. But when you've had a bunch of sex and you get the skill, what happens is you kind of get more of a realization of your sort of, like the bar of how close you are to finishing. When you've had more sex, you kind of become more acutely aware of that. So you're able to like stop in time, slow down, change positions, and then keep going. So you probably just haven't really like gotten that much awareness yet, and just naturally over time you will. And then with not being able to finish from oral, a lot of that will be from like porn and jacking off, because
your hand can stimulate yourself perfectly compared to like a girl giving you oral. But also it's like a sense of like relaxing and genuinely enjoying it. You're probably all like timid, not breathing properly, trying to come whenever, when really you need to almost like just breathe fully and kind of like in like feel the connection to the girl in front of you. Like feel it in your heart, feel it in your body, breathe fully, enjoy it, like take up some fucking space. Right now you're probably sat like a timid little child. You're probably in like little baby mode. So you're probably not even breathing fully. You're probably not even enjoying yourself. Because when you're actually enjoying yourself, like getting your dick sucked and you're really just like, you know, enjoying the moment, then you'll be able to bust within like 5-10 minutes when a girl's like giving you head. Usually when guys tell me like they can't finish in bed, usually what it means is like you're in like little timid boy mode. You're in like little anxious, I've been fapping, hoping my mother doesn't walk in my room. And you have that same kind of energy now. You need to change more to like king animal mode, where instead of like the same kind of sexual habit of being scared if your mother's going to come in your room, take up some fucking space and realize like, now you're with this fucking girl. No one's going to walk in. And if they do, they'll feel bad if they walk in, right? Because you're there with your big fucking cock already out and you're getting your dick sucked. You're not doing any, like, you know, you're with your fucking girl, right? So usually if you can't finish or if your dick can't get hard, you're still in like little boy mode. You're scared mommy's gonna walk in the door, just like you have been scared for all the years you've been jacking off in your room silently. You need to just switch to more like man mode. Like you're a fucking grown-ass man now. Imagine the energy of like the man who's not doing anything wrong. He's getting his dick sucked or he's fucking in like a hotel, and imagine like the staff open the hotel door and the man can see the humor in that. He's not in like little baby mode hoping mommy doesn't walk in the room. He's a grown-ass man, and if someone walks in the room by accident, he can laugh about the situation. That's all. Right? For the love of God, like when you're with a girl, all bets are off the table. All insecurities are off the table. Like if she's naked, you're naked, and she wants you to fuck her or you're already fucking her. For the love of God, understand that there's like no insecurities now. Now it's just animal mode. Like she doesn't give a shit that like, you know, your nipple looks a bit weird or your face looks a bit weird or whatever. She's already chosen to fuck you. She doesn't give a shit. But like you need to go into like full dominant mode, and any little fear that you have inside of you, become aware of it. This is why meditation's so good. Become aware of it. Like if you notice yourself getting all timid and scared about something, like what if someone walks in, become aware of it and realize, okay, well, what if someone does walk in and they see me like having sex? It's not a big deal. Who gives a fuck? It can happen. And the same, like imagine you, like, you know, you're taking your shirt off, you're about to have sex with a girl. And if you feel like, you know, your brain starts to really think about your insecurity, like, oh, but what if she, you know, like my chest, my waistline or whatever the fuck you're sort of insecure about. She doesn't give a shit. She's already consented to you fucking her. Like now it doesn't fucking matter. You need to fuck like a big black fucking rapper. Like imagine a big fat rapper. You know, like one of the like what's his name? The guy, there's a guy who's made like the song Texas and whatever. I don't know, like Biggie Smalls or some shit, but there's some guy who's going like viral right now. And he's like big and fucking fat, right? You can imagine when these guys fuck, they're not there like, you know, hiding their man boobs or some shit. Yeah, what Rocky just said, big X the plug. Go and watch a YouTube like music video about him. You think he fucks by like, you know, hiding his chest or something? No, like, bro, when a girl has consented to you fucking her, all bets are off the table. You don't need to hide your little chest anymore. You don't need to like, you know, pull the face that you normally do to not look weird or whatever. Now it's time to fuck. Even if you've got big fucking man boobs, it doesn't matter. Now it's time to fuck. Like, this is your time. You don't fucking worry about any little gay little insecurity you've got. Now it's time to clap some fucking cheeks, right? Don't you fucking worry. She's already chose you. Now she's chose you, even though she could probably tell that you had that little bit of insecurity. Just fuck now. Fuck like you don't give a shit. Fuck like the insecurity is not even there, right? Fuck like a big fat rapper. Like you've got like an ego. Like you've got like something to prove, right? Some of this stuff is like some of the best advice, honestly, because for guys especially, it's like we're the ones who have to perform, and it's so easy to get into that kind of like timid energy and to get into like, oh, mommy might walk in the door kind of energy, like, you know, because a lot of our sexual experience is basically us just jacking off or hoping our parents don't walk in. So having to be quiet and timid, you need to build up a new habit where you take a bunch of fucking space. You take up space, right? If she's sucking your cock, don't be there like all timid. Make some fucking noises. Like, this is your fucking girl. You're in your room. You're not doing anything wrong. Now it's your time to have some fucking fun. Make some fucking noises. Grab her by the fucking hair. You know, you can enjoy yourself now. You don't have to worry about mommy coming in the door. You don't have to worry about like, oh, what if, you know, she's judging you or something. This girl's fucking like throating you right now. You don't have to worry about anything now. Like, she's already chose you. Any of these little insecurities you notice are inside of you, like, oh, what if she's, you know, she looks up and then she sees that my stomach's kind of fat, whatever. No, like, she's already sucking your fucking dick. She doesn't give a fuck about your stomach being a bit fat. If anything, the only thing that's gonna sort of unattract her now is not any actual facts about you, like, oh, your stomach is bloated or some shit. It's just gonna be like the sort of insecurity and the timidness. When like she has consented to have sex with you, all bets are off. Go animal mode. It doesn't matter if you're bloated. It doesn't matter if you've got fucking gyno. It doesn't matter if you've got like a fucking spot on your face or some shit like that, or if your like arms are small or so. It doesn't fucking matter. Now it's like, now she's fucking yours. Now dominate her. That's what she's come here for. Don't you fucking worry about like any of the like, you know, little timidness, little insecurities. You need to have like a new almost energy when you're in your sex mode. You can be a gentleman in the street, but when it comes to the bedroom, you need to like fuck like a fucking animal and not be like, you know, scared. What if someone looks at it? What if someone, you know, like knocks on the door or something? Okay, fuck it. So what? Nothing's gonna happen. Who's like, what if someone knocks on the door and someone walks in, it's like a burglar, and you're there naked with a hard cock? Like, bro, you're gonna scare anyone. Like, everyone's gonna be more intimidated by you than you are of them. Put yourself in that fucking animal mode, right? It is an issue to only last 2 minutes, but it's only happening because of this timid energy. So don't think about how long you last, because that's not fun. Like that, when you think about it, like actually thinking about how long you can last for is not an enjoyable thought. Keep your mind fixated on what's enjoyable. Tell her what you like. Tell her what would be enjoyable for you. Let's say she kisses you on the neck and it feels really nice, then tell her to do that more. Instead of being so worried, what if I nut fast? What if I nut fast? Like, take all worry away. Okay, what if you do? Congratulations. It's not a big deal. Sometimes it'll happen. It's not a big deal. But when you make it a big deal, when you're scared of anything happening sexually, you'll end up shooting yourself in the foot. When it comes to sex, don't optimize for your performance. Optimize for your enjoyment, which will often lead to your performance. Optimize for just like your own fucking pleasure and hers. And don't optimize for like, oh, like hiding this one insecurity or some shit like that, because in the end, you'll end up just performing worse overall, not even having fun, whatever. I think we will leave it there, boys. We got the entire stream before this one fucking asshole started spamming. Not bad, man. Put him on timeout so he can't say goodbye. That was pretty fun, wasn't it? Hope you guys got some value from that little last bit. It was nice going through all of your questions. Let's fucking go, boys. Thank you for being here, and thank you for coming over to the new channel that I just made for these streams. I really enjoy doing the streams. Honestly, I actually enjoy doing the streams more than even my normal videos. And I actually, really like doing videos as well. But this is like next level, honestly. Like, I don't prepare for it or anything. I literally just like hop on and just like talk to the boys. So it's fucking awesome, man. We'll be here same time tomorrow. And this recording will go live on this channel right away. My editor will get it, and he will go and make a bunch of clips for you guys as well if you want to recap anything. So, fuck yeah, man. Hope this was helpful for you guys. It's always really enjoyable for me, so thank you for being here. W's in the chat, boys. Another great stream. Thank you for being here, boys. Honestly, I've got like very loyal audience base. I see a bunch of you guys here every day supporting me, writing good comments, supporting each other as well. It's always the best part. Whenever I see you guys like answering each other's questions and everything. So yeah, man, thank you for being here. Good night, everyone. Mwah.